What's up, y'all? So I just got back from BCB, and I have some notes for some brand owners or some brand people out there. In case we haven't met, my name is Jason Littrell. I'm a hospitality management consultant, although I'm actually reconsidering that title right now because there is some work to be done with brands. My goodness. So I was at BCB all day today, Bar Convent Brooklyn. And I was walking around just meeting people. I had no agenda. I had no plans. I was just kind of moseying around and checking out, see what was going on. I was particularly interested in how to, what the difference was between booths that were really busy and booths that were not busy at all. Now, some of it was real estate and geography, for sure. Some of them were just in busier areas, and other of them were in like these like strange corners, like far away from the doors. So the places with the bottlenecks were definitely busier. Now, as far as like being actually at how that impacted the brands, some places, even though they were in bottlenecks, were not busy. And the reason for this, I think, is two different things. One is because there wasn't because of their swag. You don't know about swag unless you're actually there, or you've heard about it. But I think part of it was that the places that were really busy, they had momentum because they were literally barking and reaching people. Barking, if you're not familiar, is what they do, is what the comics do in the village when they're trying to get people to go to their comedy show. That's called barking. So they were literally staying in front of their booths and ringing people in. And there was also some sort of an experience there. There was also another thing that kind of like blocked off the line of sight, so there's a little bit of mystery. Those places were definitely done by the big brands, because they could buy more real estate. They also had AV experiences. So I talked to a bunch of different people, and a recent development in Kinetic Management Systems, and my whole software ecosystem, including CRM, pipeline automation, AI, all this other stuff, is that we have an optical recognition scanner. So we can actually look at business cards, scan them, and then input the information into your CRM. And so I was playing with that today. And I got like 6 or 7 cards from people I talked to. A lot of people didn't have cards, which was seems kind of strange to me. And I got their cards, and I scanned them with my app on my phone, and then tagged them as BCB 2024. Automatically sent them a text message and an email saying, "Hey, what's up? Thanks for the chat. It was great to talk about your business. And I'm the guy that we talked about XYZ with." And so it got me to thinking about, like, how do you actually maximize the dollars that you're spending at something like BCB? Now, what does that actually cost? I don't actually know what the booths cost, but I do know that a lot of people had to fly people in from a lot of different places, put them into a lot of different hotel rooms, and serve them a bunch of different meals, and get them to and from the airport, and around New York and around Brooklyn. So it's not cheap. I can probably imagine that it's no less than $15,000 if you see any brand there in any official capacity. Now, for some reason, some brands, it's like nothing. But for a lot of brands, it's like everything. And so for those brands, I cannot believe that they didn't have some sort of a CRM system or some sort of a data capture system to run this sequence. Now, I don't have any empirical data on this, so what I may be talking about may be horseshit. But let me know in the comments if you think that if I'm full of shit. But if I were spending my life savings on getting my brand in front of those people that were at BCB, one, I'd want to probably have a reasonably good spot, or at least a discount. And then two, I'd want to be standing in front of my booth with my product or cocktail in hand, putting it in people's hands. Like, hey, here's a cocktail. Here's a cocktail. Because at that point, they don't have to decide what the brand is. They just have to decide if they like you, right? So they like people before they like brands, and then the brands, and then they kind of get to know the brand, and then they get into it. So put something in their hand, and then there will be a sense of, this is a concept in behavioral economics called reciprocity, where they feel kind of compelled to give you something in return. And that could be your drink back, by the way. Or they could be like, okay, cool, I'll spend like 3 minutes chit-chatting with this stranger. And at that point, it really should be more about like, hey, like, I know this is super busy here. Like, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of distraction here. If you'd like, I'd love to send you some more information about our brand. We're from this place, and you give them the elevator pitch, and then ask them if they have a card. Otherwise, be like, hey, what's your email address? I'd love to follow up with you. And so, like, with a system like mine and the automation that I built for today, was that, like, you take that email address and a first name. That's like literally all you need. And then you enter the first name, enter the email address, and then tag it a certain way. And then it'll automatically either wait until the next day or 2 days later or a month later or whatever it is. And then it'll send them an email saying, hey, what's up? I'm Jason. I'm the guy from this thing. I told you I'd send you some more information, and here it is. And that tells them a couple different things. One, yes, they get the information about the brand, but two, tells them that you're a real person. It reminds you that you had a conversation. And three, it reminds them like why you stopped for that thing. And that is just one level of follow-up, right? So about 20% of the time, people are actually going to open up that email. 80% of the time, they're not. So I would say that it's not unreasonable to send them another email, right? You could even send them the same email if they haven't opened up that email. And we've done many sequences like this where if people don't even see the email or don't even see it enough to open it, then we'll send them the exact same email with a different subject line. I've talked about emails like ad nauseum on this thing, but email is the cheapest and easiest way to actually engage with people. So if you're not doing it, but I did, the sequence that I put together was email and text at the same time, just to kind of give people a demonstration of how the system worked. And some people got it, some people didn't. But that's kind of what needs to happen. Whether you're at a trade event, whether you're at a tasting, or if you're at a spirits training room or whatever it is. And like that is those are the table stakes. But otherwise, people are just going to forget, because I don't remember the people that I talked to. I honestly don't. I talked to maybe 50, 60, 70 people today. And I to make a list would be very difficult for me. I would be like Frankie, Gabby, Candace, Joe, Emil. Yeah, it's hard for me, but I talk to a lot of people. And so I'm a cyborg. So like I put all these people into a CRM just to make sure that I remembered who I talked to. But I need stuff for that. I need a system for that. And so this is why automation really helps, because if you're not doing this kind of follow up and feedback, then you're just kind of missing out. So this is like the cardinal sin of being in the agency business, which is like serving two masters, because they say that the hunter who chases two rabbits catches neither. But I'm thinking about making offers for brands just because they're disorganized, and they can be organized just by hiring me. There's just no doubt in my mind that I can help them to an extent that is very, very powerful, and to a radical multiple of the investment. All right, that's all I got for you today. Enjoy your day at BCB tomorrow. Please stand in front of your booth. Bye.